Anybody need a quick break?
Bruh,
I'm good.
I'm ready to play the next sesh.
Yeah,
I know.
Let's roll right into it.
I need some time to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a lot of shit dumped on your plate. Everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Crit Files. We are the once weekly podcast that follows up the hit in at the end, the number one in the entire world and the country, North America, the planet, the solar system, the Milky Way.
This universe plus all the parallel ones.
Yeah, at least several iterations off the finite
Right.
curve.
We've killed all the others, so we're more powerful than them.
Exactly.
We've killed them and sucked all the jokes out of them.
Yep.
Sucked all their joke juice.
So if we have a bad joke, it's their fault, not ours.
Different name in the comedy world.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Sorry, I must be from one of those other universes.
Yeah.
Good cover.
I feel like Louis C.K. is
So I've got-
responsible for that in some way.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
responsible.
yeah.
Yeah.
He is responsible for a lot.
I've got BetterHelp.com. Anybody have any questions?
No, honestly, I have never once needed therapy.
Well, that's just not true.
You know, Dash, I've done monthly therapy for almost 4 years now.
I've done
you
a lot of
could
therapy.
benefit.
Oh, I
okay.
know. I've done therapy.
Okay, well, fuck me. Now I sound like an asshole.
No, not at all. No, it's
No,
good.
let's let the asshole talk.
Anyways, let's dive into
my
this episode. First things first. I want to ask Alex. And I think this is how we should start these from now on. I want to ask Alex.
Yeah.
Did it go the way you thought it would go?
The answer will always be no.
Pretty much this time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
This
he
one, I
dangled
think
the
we
fruit
did a
of it
bad
in
job.
front of
Yeah.
us. He was like, you guys could get involved.
I know these fuckers now. Like,
I know he's starting to really nail us
and
down.
of course, we're not gonna not get involved.
Yeah, we have to be involved.
But it pretty much went how you thought.
I think for the most part, the killing of Levi, I'm never going to be able to prepare for.
no.
Y'all just kind of, you all are doing what you're doing with that. But the quest of this kind of, festival and betrothal thing, I've being a DM as long as I have, you know kind of how to set up the train so it's on tracks already.
heading to
this
that
is what
cliff.
they want.
Yeah.
He sets it up so that if there's a few degrees like off track, like we still kind of get in the area.
Yeah.
You know.
And it just seems kind of like a fun story to tell. Have Brooch have his kind of day in the sun.
Yeah.
for this.
And Coconut Bill,
And Coconut
beloved
Bill.
fan favorite. We get tons of P.O. Box number 2 of Turner, Oregon is filled to the brim with fan mail about Coconut Bill.
Yeah.
Why
don't you read one of those that we just
Yeah,
got?
sure. Do I have time? Here it says.
No, it's too long. It's too long. Val?
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I enjoyed kind of the. What is this? What are you showing us, Caleb?
No, it's for me later.
Oh, okay. No, I enjoyed the improvisation of Val was gonna go talk to Coconut Bill and have this really serious
Oh, yes.
conversation, and I loved the idea that you were like, "Oh, well, I've got blood wine,"
Right.
and the improviser in me was like, "Yes, and."
Yeah.
Yes, and I have
Thank
to
you
yes,
so
and.
much.
And I went, yeah, I love it. And then I go, what happens when he drinks blood wine? He drinks way too much blood wine.
Yeah.
And I just loved that idea of
I
That
just
was
love how
great.
that
That was great.
turned. Bill was like,
And
all right,
it
now what?
derailed.
Like, I'm good.
instead of being like the player who's like, no, I'm on and I'm gonna make things right.
Yeah.
It's just like I also have my fucking vices.
Yeah.
And I'm like, blood
If you had
wine.
a vice,
it.
what
I
would
loved
it
that
be?
so much.
You know, like
Blood wine.
I was
wine.
still in that mind space of like, Dash is a good enough improv person. Like, he'll still keep it on the tracks and get the info that we need to get. And then it was like,
Nope.
But he's
no,
the
he's
kind
going
of
somewhere
improv
else.
person that he-
He's going somewhere else.
No,
Takes
but
it.
it's funnier if
Here's
I
the
go
question.
off the rails.
the real question is, did Bill hang on that because he's a good host or because he knows that he can like distract the right person with it?
He like exited out of that scene
Yeah.
pretty quick.
He was like, all right, here you go.
I think it was that he's a good host. And
I think that was the
it was
vibe you're getting.
convenient.
I don't think he thought I would go so off the rails so quickly. That's what I think. but-
I think he hasn't had to use the blood yet, and you were the first. He was kind of happy to do so, and you really liked it. So he was like, "Oh, that's great."
yeah, and I fucking spiraled. Yeah. Because I've been eating nothing but rats on a boat this whole time.
Right.
I tried to give you what you want.
Why did it get so quiet?
I don't know. For some reason, it's like the mom shows up, and you're like, "Oh shit! Oh no, it's the mom."
She's gonna hear about us drinking blood.
Oh no!
Their suspicions about our satanic game are correct.
She knows.
As she gets into the beer fridge.
Yes.
Quick, erase the
Mama's
circle.
having a drink. Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
moving on. Someone else speak.
You were the only one
No.
that got a natural anything and won a fantastic prize.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah,
Not a lot
I'm
of
very
rolling
excited
this-
about
this-
it.
I
this
filled
session.
the bag up, and I was hoping that we could just like hand those.
At
Well,
least
I knew going into this that this was going to be role play heavy,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
because
for
I
sure.
was like, like you can sense when
Yeah.
you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this next session
Makes
we're going to be
sense.
role play heavy.
Yeah, Ace is
When
gonna
I'm at
have
the
all
store-
kinds of stuff that he
episode.
has to deal with his like father and shit.
Oh yeah, we gotta dive into that.
Combat sesh,
Jesus.
therapy sesh. Combat sesh,
Yeah.
therapy sesh.
Ace has so much.
They call
therapy
that
he
they call
needs
that
to do.
scene sequel in the biz.
So are you okay, Milo?
Okay, Milo is perfectly fine. He has a great relationship with his father. Ace, not so much.
Yeah, you want to kill him. You want to kill even
Well, you want him
when the
to be
alternative.
dead.
Yeah,
I
even
want
when
him
the
to be dead.
alternative
I don't want to
is
kill
be
him.
stranded
He wants him
on
to
an
be
island.
unalive.
You
Like,
wanna-
yeah, it's definitely Ace does not want to kill his father. He wants his father to just be gone and be dead and not have to
I think we can accomplish that without him
ever
dying.
exist again.
Here's what I think. I think Ace wants him to just suffer as he did. I think it's like balancing of the scales.
You should have left
also-
him
It's
in
like
the
if I
prison.
had to suffer, then I think you should suffer
But
the
I
same,
feel
But
like-
if
Ace
not
is
more.
too stupid to realize that he has
Yeah.
suffered.
Like
Sure.
that's the thing. Like Levi has spent, at least a couple of years in the
Yeah.
prison of pain.
Probably an
under-
equivalent amount.
Yeah, that's
as
what
Ace spent.
When I was editing, I got the impression that it was roughly the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like about the time that he sent you out was roughly the time that he
Yeah.
got in. So
Yeah.
And
If
I
Ace-
just
if
don't think
Ace
Ace
clicks
is
that-
intelligent enough to like find those like connections and be able to be okay with the fact that I don't know. Ace is just so dumb. Like that's kind of how I play Ace. Is he doesn't understand stuff.
it's like there's
It
no
was
way
hard-
that could be coming from one of us.
It was interesting because last session I gave you the real hard sale one way. And then this session I was like almost begging you to kill your dad. I almost begged, man. So it's kind of funny because I felt a little wishy-washy out of it. Dude, have you-
Let's play.
have you seen the Lightyear movie though?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we have kids.
It's pretty good.
No, I haven't seen it. I
don't know.
I heard it's good. Anyways, sorry. Continue.
I was just curious.
wanted my spaceship out of the picture.
No,
but yeah.
Can I play with it?
I needed time to like think about what Ace is like because I don't honestly know.
cool.
Like I had sent Alex something as like, oh, this like kind of makes sense, and like I leave some like ambiguity
Ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
to the situation where I don't actually have to make a decision, but like the way Ben like put it, like, all right, well,
It's
you got the ring, or
ambidextrous,
you
guys.
got not got the ring. Like that's kind of like it makes it like something where I have to solidify it in Aces.
It was really clever to get the gloves.
yeah,
Like
That
for the
really-
rest
Yeah,
of
that was smart.
for the
I was
rest of
not
us that
anticipating
aren't
that.
in on that story plot line, like I
Yeah.
mean, it's weird. Like,
I thought
why
it-
are you wearing gloves? But it,
oh, you
like-
guys found some nice gloves.
yeah,
What's funny to me is like I was thinking about it and I was like as Ben, I feel like Ben would wake up in the morning and see that and be
like
Disappointed.
I know what you were doing.
Yeah.
disappointed because I think as Ben, I made the hard sale one way, I made the hard sale the other way. You're in the clear morally, like no matter what you wanted to do,
What does he do with it?
and he can't even make the decision.
Yeah,
And he wants it
know.
so bad.
Well, he's also been given, like it's not just this. He's been given other like options. Where I was like, oh yeah, forgive your dad, and then
That's right.
we'll call
Yeah.
out my
So-
mom.
no, there's so many things that it's like
And-
I feel like I got to get ready because he's gone through you.
Yes,
he's gone
to
through
Ben.
Val. He's gone through
coming
Ben.
to you. He's like, just claw my dad's
Yeah.
neck out.
give
Yeah.
him a little swipe. At
Hey,
the
you're pretty good with that crossbow.
aortic.
Yeah.
I like Just make it look like an accident,
I'll
like you did
flank
to the
him.
guards
Yeah,
in Quilton,
I'll
you
flank
know?
him, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Okay, I'm
What
curious.
if Simon is the one that's like, okay, and then like
He's like, all he does is he comes up and he's like, Simon, my dad has been taken over by a dark wizard.
oh no, I know you wouldn't lie to me, so
I'm very trustworthy. Okay, so I'm curious, like, where do you think this is gonna? Because it seems
Yeah.
like Ace is very dead set on this. Ace is very dead set on this.
But the gloves.
like his dad dying.
But why did you buy the gloves then?
Okay, the gloves
trying to buy
were-
more time?
It is an opportunity for me, Milo,
makes
to
sense.
buy more time.
it makes sense.
Because you really want to kill your dad.
I feel like Ace has probably made the decision already, but I just need to figure out what is actually right for Ace.
Look,
I'm curious.
I've already... Go ahead.
No, sorry. It's okay.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know. I guess I put too fine of a point on it, but I feel like you know Corgan. I already made the arrangements with Corgan. You give him the ring, Corgan will do it no matter what fucking time of day
That's
it is.
true. Yeah, you give him money. That seems like it's weird that you
got
asked your
some dirty
close
players
personal
in the
friends
team. Yeah.
to murder your father, and you didn't ask our hired mercenaries. It is weird that you went to us first. You're like, hey, you know me and my serious, deep trauma with my dad.
Well,
do you want to kill him for me?
I feel like that's a problem that Ace has, is that he kind of doesn't want his dad to die, so he's
That's
looking
a
for
good
these
Oh.
opportunities where his
That's-
dad won't be
yeah.
murdered.
Okay, the truth
His
comes
safety,
out.
His safety.
But how
It's-
you have so many options. You have so many options
Yeah,
to not do
Coconut
it.
Bill would do it without a hesitation.
Send
probably.
him away on a
If he would.
boat or something. You know, put him on a first boat out, and then you never have to see that guy
and just
again.
rip off the rudder and
And
see
I-
what happens.
Just tell me you never want to see him
that
again.
dark?
Killing him.
I do feel Ace is like we were saying last time. Somebody who grew up rich and didn't have to do anything, just has never been able to, or has never had to make those kinds of decisions,
Yeah.
and so is like confronted with it and is like, well, I know
do
that
it.
these
You do
are
it.
things I want. I'm not sure which one it is, and so
Right.
can't
But you know what?
fall one way or the
Ace
one way or
makes
the
that
other.
decision every time he swings his glaive.
Oh, but that's not entirely in his hands because he
Yeah,
has.
But he
that's
doesn't have to
rage.
think about that.
That's
Yeah,
more
that-
like
It's like,
self-defense.
this is
These are-
happening.
And he never,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
never
we've
doesn't have to
engaged in
think about
only
the
self-defense when we killed those
Yeah.
guards in Quilt.
he doesn't have to
It
think
was
about them
self-defense,
after the
and
fact.
that's
but
what we
his
argued in
father,
court.
I do feel it's this pull of I want to make my own decisions,
Yeah.
but then also
The reality
the
of
only
those
decisions I've ever made are
surface level.
are like from other things, or reactions to the other things.
Sure.
It's like
It's reacting.
You've
to the
never been
world.
proactive in like determining someone else's fate
Yeah.
in that
Ooh,
way.
I'm so curious to see how you handle the trials. I mean, it does not sound like it's gonna go
Dude,
well.
that was so fucking unfair.
But imagine,
Yeah,
but
that was
imagine.
the whole idea
Jesus.
of this.
What's
What if
super
you-
fucked up though is
what
imagine
if
the
he has
ace.
to go up against Levi in the trial somehow?
No, Levi won't be
No, that's
there.
not gonna happen. That's
That's
too.
I don't
stupid.
know.
That's so
what a
dumb,
stupid.
Caleb.
No, actually, that
the
would be
idea
great,
behind the trials was they have these names that you'd think they're one way, and then they're something else.
yeah, no,
You
that
know.
was terrible.
I'm
I mean,
supposed to
Fortitude, but
fight Levi.
what does fortitude mean
it's
for a
Levi.
court functionary?
Well, it makes sense for Dungeons and Dragons 3.5.
Huh?
Kind of. That was a stat in 3.5, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was it eloquence?
fortitude.
Fortitude.
Oh, fortitude. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. I don't know.
Eloquence wasn't, but
We're in 5e,
should've
dude. Okay. Jump in the pool.
I think
the
I think
trial
I'm
of
gonna do
eloquence
well
being
in
spellcasting.
eloquence. I think poetry's gonna be fine.
I like that.
like one more thing about Ace. I'm so grateful. Like playing with you guys. Like
Dude, our scene was
I
intense.
have
there.
so much fucking fun role playing opportunities
Yeah.
with everybody here. Like it's
Yeah.
always like all right, but here's Ben's time, and let's fucking do it.
I like that moving the mic away does not mean you're not interested in
Yeah.
what's happening. Like
Yeah.
like when you guys took over the scene and I just pushed the mic away, it's like watching TV.
It's like, all right, well, what's happening here?
And I don't feel like, oh, I better have the mic close to me to
Yeah,
say something stupid.
That is fun. That like we have our individual kind of like taking over like the scene.
Yeah.
And again, it's like TV. It's just like, well, it's their scene now, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great. And you can sit back and you can just be like, awesome, this
Trust-
is cool. And it
trust
is
them.
cool because
Trust
then
it,
it's
yeah.
like, oh shit, because it's not an argument, but it is a verbal sparring match.
It really was.
specifically, where like these two characters have their own motivations and they're also trying to get something out of the other.
100%.
Well, and
You're
it's
like,
funny
oh,
because
shit.
Yeah,
I've been
I want that like freedom to be like, yo, this is okay for me to do.
Nobody will give that to you.
No, nobody will give it to me.
Right.
I wanted to offer it, but I couldn't do it without a cost.
Yeah,
I feel like
can't-
the ring is a perfect cost.
I almost did it on a coin toss because that's
Yeah.
kind of my character. Is
Yeah.
he's got all this.
It's funny because I thought last week after I gave you the speech and nobody was willing to do it, and I was thinking about how important it was to Ace and what Ben would think of all this, and I was thinking like, okay, if I could have that talk with Ace, I would only do it if the opportunity came up right. And it's kind of funny, everybody like went to bed and it was literally just me and Ace sitting there.
Yeah.
And I
Makes
was like,
sense. Like, you don't have to
This
sleep.
is- well,
Yeah, it was
And
perfect.
Ace
this
is
is
gonna
the
be a
moment,
party.
yeah, you know, and that kind of made me chuckle a little bit because I wasn't sure if it was going to come up or not, and I didn't want to try to force it too much. But
well, you can trust your team.
Yeah, and then Ace and Ben, they're like best bros.
Exactly.
Like, everybody else.
I mean,
is
you
kinda
are the god.
secondary.
that's
Lord
why,
God
King
Killer.
Rear
Yeah, what
Man.
was that? You
Man
said you
killer.
had something behind that.
yeah, what was-
Some sort of logic? Some
No.
sort of-
Yeah,
no,
you've got some
no.
weird
I have
It was
nothing.
narcissism in
There-
this.
there's
There's
words.
nothing there whatsoever.
Purely Milo
Man,
bravado.
God,
It is.
Killer.
It has been. No. It is Ace saying, "Hey, he's the best," and that's all that is.
I do
Sure,
imagine
which
how
is all rooted in your father issues.
And then, my own personal narcissism bleeding into the character. That makes sense.
I do imagine how easy the trials of fortitude would be for you if you had made a decision about your dad beforehand.
Whoa.
I mean, that might be something that he has to make in the moment.
Oh.
Shit, yeah.
I hope Levi shows up in the trial of
fuck,
fortitude.
He's got to be in the audience for Ace's big moment, right?
I don't know, man.
You're gonna have a decision to make.
Would we
man.
let him though?
Yes.
I mean, we're not.
I
there.
want to see it.
I guess we get no
Yes.
choice.
Yeah, we don't know.
Brooch
We
will
don't
make
know what
that
happens.
decision.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
Amazing. I don't know. There's a lot to go through on this, and I don't know what I expected out of this session. I expected to, personally, when I was buying all the stuff for the prize bag, I was thinking we're gonna roll a lot of dice.
Yeah.
I think before I was standing in front of all the cool
I knew
stuff.
that we were going to be
I knew we were going to do
role playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
there's going to be a lot of role
I
playing.
think before I looked at how empty the prize bag was, I was like, yeah, we don't need those things. But then I was standing in front of all the cool stuff, and I was like, well, I need to get all of this stuff.
look at all these fun.
And I-
things I want.
and I need the dice rolls to justify it. But
And Milo still hasn't even unwrapped his black belt.
Wow.
What am I supposed
is
to
he even
That's
grateful
rude.
for
I don't
it?
even know.
You should
Gotta
have
earn it.
Can't believe it.
Your black
I
belt.
mean,
You know-
the
you know how
the
hard
Thomas
people work
Kincaid
for
isn't
these? Yeah,
in my bag anymore.
You know what I had to
Baby
do to
steps.
get one of these?
Actually, you know
I
what?
had
He
to
had
do
to-
some things.
He had to fight another master of another dojo,
You
and
probably-
he might have killed him.
Actually, you probably shouldn't just wear
I had
a
to do
black
something.
belt around.
I should.
It's going to invite
Oh,
us.
he'd get targeted by rival
Yeah.
ninjas.
He'll be like,
It's
you
real.
earned that?
yeah.
And he'll be like, yeah, I wanted a D&D. And they will beat the
I
shit
rolled,
out of you.
I rolled a 20 for it. Yeah.
I challenge you for supremacy of your own dojo, sir.
That's
Dojo storming.
You know what? That's a real thing, and I have
know it
gotten
is.
several emails like,
Yeah.
"Hey, like I'm coming through town.
Yeah, you want to
like, do you
spar
wanna-"
for your
Wait, they
dojo?
wanted
Yes.
to challenge you?
Yes,
That's so
for real.
Did you then load your gun?
Bring it on, bitch.
Hey, this
Bring it on.
this is a two-way state, brother.
It's like when Dresden wants to duel with another wizard and he runs out of juice, so he pulls out his revolver and shoots him.
Just like
Yeah,
that.
for
like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Great
Is that
film.
from Master
I
and
can
Commander?
I love it when you bring up
Is that one of the
Dresden
characters?
Files.
I know.
I love it
It's
because
so
everyone
badass.
goes, yeah,
Dresden Files.
for
great-
sure.
Great book
I've
series.
read a few chapters.
This is a great book series. All right, guys. Anyway, this has been the Critical Files of the hit podcast, The In at the End. Go check out the Dresden Files. Go check out Master and Commander. And most importantly,
Can you do a shout out for the MDA?
most importantly, if you're so inclined, you can donate funds to the Muscular Dystrophy Association via the Letter Carriers Association, the
Why
National
don't you
Letter
look it up?
Carriers
You're
Association.
looking in the sky. Just look it
The
up.
National Letter Carriers Association, branch number 55
from
Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And they are doing a fundraiser right now to raise funds for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. And they're going to spend their funds on early intervention, on community outreach,
yeah.
on seeking a better cure and treatment. So it's money well spent if you're so inclined to do so. Our friends at branch number 55, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, are
Thank you,
looking
Greg.
forward. Yeah, thank you. You can find the link down below in the show notes, or perhaps at the beginning of our latest episodes.
It's a team effort.
Anyway, or send us some fan mail, send us a letter, let us know what you really think about Coconut Bill. Fan
William
favorite.
of the Palm.
Prince William of the Palms of House
Arce.
by writing a letter, handwritten or not, to P.O. Box 2, Turner, Oregon 97392. We're looking forward to it. Thanks, guys, so much. See you here on Monday. Figure out what's going to happen with the 4 trials of the 1,000 Blossoms or something.
Yes, the Festival of 1,000 Blossoms.
The Festival of 1,000 Blossoms. Until next time, grab your sword and come out adventuring.
That was a fun one.
That was fun.